It began with a disappearance. A woman vanished without a trace, leaving behind her car, phone, and a trail of secrets buried deep in digital messages. What followed was one of Ireland's most disturbing murder investigations, a case involving mental illness, manipulation, and dark sexual fantasies. This is the story of Elaine O'Hara and the man who exploited her vulnerability for his own deadly desires. Stay with us. Elaine O'Hara was 36 years old. She lived in South Dublin, Ireland. By profession, she was a childcare assistant, someone who worked with young children, always polite, gentle, and eager to help. But behind her quiet exterior, Elaine struggled. She had been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and suffered from depression for years.
Where we make everyday meals.
She was in and out of psychiatric hospitals and often felt isolated, misunderstood, and deeply lonely. She longed for connection, for someone who would understand her pain. August 22nd, 2012. It was just another summer morning, until it wasn't. Elaine left her apartment in Blackrock and drove to Shangana Park. She was last seen around lunchtime. Her car was later found parked near the park. Her handbag, phone, and other personal items were inside, but Elaine was gone. No signs of struggle, no witnesses, no clues. Police initially thought it could be suicide. After all, she had mental health issues. But there was no body, no note, and no evidence. Just silence. Elaine's family was devastated. Her father, Frank O'Hara, didn't believe she would take her own life. Yes, she had problems, but she was doing better. She had just started college again and had begun to rebuild her life. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and the case slowly faded from headlines, unsolved, unexplained. But what no one knew was that a dark secret was waiting to emerge. Fast forward, September 2013. More than a year after Elaine vanished, a man walking near Killikee Mountain stumbled across human bones in a forested area. Police were called. Nearby, they found a rusty knife, ropes, handcuffs, and a gag, items commonly used in BDSM practices. DNA testing confirmed the worst. The remains belonged to Elaine O'Hara. Suddenly, the case was no longer about a missing woman. It was now a murder investigation. Detectives began digging into Elaine's past and discovered something alarming. Elaine had been active on BDSM fetish websites. She had been involved in online chats where she expressed submissive tendencies, often talking about pain, control, and even death. They found out she had been communicating with a man online, someone she trusted, someone she believed cared for her. That man was Graham Dwyer. On the surface, Graham Dwyer was a respected architect, married, a father, living a successful professional life in South Dublin. But online, he had a dark double life. Police uncovered messages he sent to Elaine under a fake name. Messages filled with violent fantasies. He talked about stabbing women during sex and wanted to watch someone die. Elaine, emotionally fragile and craving connection, believed she had found someone who accepted her. She didn't realize she had fallen into the trap of a sadistic predator. Police recovered secret mobile phones and SIM cards that Dwyer and Elaine used to communicate. The messages were chilling. "I want to stick a knife in you. Your purpose is to be killed." Elaine responded with submission, even saying she was ready to die. Dwyer kept videos and photos, showing him performing knife play, choking, and even referencing murder as pleasure. It became clear, Dwyer didn't just want to hurt Elaine. He wanted to kill her and watch her die. In 2015, Graham Dwyer stood trial for the murder of Elaine O'Hara. The evidence was overwhelming. Dozens of text messages, hundreds of disturbing videos, medical reports showing Elaine's vulnerability, witnesses who testified about Dwyer's secret life. But perhaps the most haunting part was that Elaine never really wanted to die. She was manipulated, emotionally blackmailed, and driven by a man who used her mental illness against her. In March 2015, after weeks of testimony, the jury returned a unanimous verdict. Graham Dwyer was guilty of murder. He was sentenced to life in prison. The case shocked Ireland. A respected man, a vulnerable woman, and a horrifying abuse of trust and control. But many still wonder, could Elaine have been saved? Why weren't the signs seen earlier? And how many others like her are suffering in silence? Elaine O'Hara didn't deserve to die. She was a kind soul, a woman trying to manage her illness, and someone looking for love and acceptance. Instead, she found a monster. Her story is a reminder of the dangers that hide behind screens, of how vulnerability can be exploited, and of how justice, even when served, can never fully bring peace.